What's going on, everybody? Product Probes back at you with another video. Today we are doing a Fadecase knife. We had one of our subscribers, Scripts, and he asked if we would review one of these. So went out and got one. Went with the Karambit. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Alright, so this thing came in a pretty neat box. It was just a little cardboard box. It had all kinds of stuff in it. And the one thing that I think stands them out is say upload a picture, send it to them, they'll feature you on like their web page or whatever. And then you can activate this knife at Fadecase.com and win prizes. So, yeah, that's something different. So I might give that a shot. And if it ends up being pretty cool, I'll tell y'all about it. So, let's get into the Karambit style. This thing, and I played with it, a little bit before I did this review. But I like the fact, because sometimes you have the Karambits and you end up like this with the blade out. This one, for me, is right there. And when you go to catch it, well, as I did it that time. But as you go to catch it, it's already in the defensive stance. But let me give you all a close-up on this thing. It's got a nice green blade. I mean, this thing is sick looking. I went with the green. I guess I could have went with some of the rainbows or the reds. But got your finger hole down here. I guess that would be more of a defensive little spike there at the end. But I guess you could use it as a glass breaker. Don't know how often you're going to pull out a Karambit knife to bust out a window. But it's a plastic handle, but the grooves are deep. I mean, they are deep grooves. So, whenever you go to do it, your fingers, they fit nice down on it. So you can get a good grip on it. And my hands are a little bigger, so some of the knives I can only do 2 fingers. Ain't no problem with this one. And if you had to do it, I can't even do it. But if you had to do it like this and cut down, still a good grip this way. So I like that side of it. But right up here, you got some neat grooves up here at the top. The thumb grooves, they're a little bit too close together. I'm not crazy about those. But one thing, man, that's a good looking blade. The point on this thing seems ridiculously sharp. And then right there, what does that say? I don't even know if I can get that in the camera. But, oh, it's just a EM0867-5000. Guess it's the model number. And it comes with a little Fadecase symbol right down here. And it's hard to see in that camera. I guess the blade's getting a little bit of a glare. And then I thought that this was a lanyard. But I like the fact that, the fixed blade knife comes with this sheath. The sheath locks in place really good. And no belt clip, no nothing like that. I thought this was like a lanyard, that you could put in your pocket or something like that, which I guess you still could. But let me show y'all this thing. What does it say? I'm trying to read it backwards in this camera screen. Get skins real. Oh, skins get real. Fadecase the original. So, neat little lanyard thing right here, if you want to call it that. You got your keychain with the clip right here. And then on the back side of the sheath. And then that's your front side of the sheath right here. Fits in there perfect. As you can see right here, that's your lock. See how it snaps? Boom. That right there is what's going to snap that blade into the sheath. The sheath is just a cheap little, and I say cheap, it's just a plastic sheath. It's super lightweight. The knife itself is super lightweight. The blade on it, with it being such a huge curve, some of the other Karambits, they have the curves, but look how deep this one is. This has a deep curve to it, and it thins out, and I'm telling y'all, this point is something serious. Like, it's almost like a stiletto. It's better than stiletto. I take that back. This thing has a sharper point than some of your stiletto knives, but the blade on it, for our normal sharp test, it might be a little hard for this Karambit style blade to catch, but I tell you what, let's go ahead and test out the sharpness of this blade and see what this thing's really got. Alright, so let's go ahead, test out the sharpness on this thing. Now, a lot of times with these Hawk build blades, they don't catch very well. So, let's try and see. Well, that one actually did. It is a little bit of rips when it catches, but it did catch. Look at that. So it will catch, but you're not going to be able to make it all the way down, it looks like. Now, I'll tell y'all something. The point on this bad boy is ridiculous. I mean, this thing is sharp. And with the Hawk style cut down, let's see if there's any tears on the slicing. That point is the sharpest point I think we've ever done on a knife. So, coming in, and with the claw cut down, man, there was ripping on that one, but guys, it slices through the thing pretty good. Hard to catch due to the Hawk style build, or the claw type blade, whatever you want to call it. It's hard to catch, but the point and the slicing down of it is a definitely plus on this knife. Alright, so the blade, I'm not really sold on the blade. You know, we've had $8 knives, you know, that we've reviewed that could just cut down, shocked us. This one, I know it's the Hawk build, so it's hard to catch on it, but I'm telling y'all, the blade on this thing is not sharp. I mean, for the money, it's not sharp, I should say. But it is a cool looking knife. The point, I still gotta say, is ridiculously sharp. However, you know, you could go in there and sharpen this thing. I know the Karambits are a little bit harder to sharpen. However, I'm just not sold on the blade. The handle of it, I'll show y'all this. Right here, you've got side thumb grips. And I didn't realize, but just having those little cutout grooves right there will help you if you were to cut like this. If you were just to, you know, pick it up and grab it, you've got that. You've even got some of the back grooves right here in the back handle. Show this. My camera will focus. There we go. It's back there. And right up there, I've already talked about those. They're a little closer together. However, it is a good looking knife. And the defensive part of it, of course, if you're here, you can cut, do whatever you got to do. In the defensive stance, if you got it, you can cut, use it to cut anything if you're using it as a utility knife. There is no belt clip, so I'm not sure if you would use this for an everyday carry. However, let's go put it on some keys. Let's put it in our pocket. Let's see how we can do this for an everyday carry. Alright, so product probes Christian. Let me borrow his keys real quick. And we're going to try to put this thing on there. I don't know. Of course you would see something like this. But what I'm thinking this is for, take that off and you just keep this on your keychain. Have your knife separate. Or separate this part off from the keychain. And you could clip it to a bag. Having this out like this, I don't know how you would really carry your keys. It does, well, I said it and it pops off. The sheath, it does a pretty good job of locking. So let's go see what it looks like in the pocket, and then let's see how we can pull this out along with our keys. Alright, so with the keys on it, we're just going to give this thing a shot. And I'm thinking the best way to do it is to slide it in this way. With the, I guess you'd call it the moon or whatever you want to call it. But the outside of the knife right there. It slides in my pocket rather good. As you can see right here. I don't know if y'all can see that in the camera. But it looks like I just got keys in my pocket. With it being so thin, you know, there's not much print. Well, maybe a side print. But it's pretty lightweight. And then you're like, oh, okay, let me get my keys out. Well, it catches. I was going to say that'd be pretty cool. You're just walking around. Yeah, it's going to catch on your pocket. Or it's catching on mine. And I think it's because of this right here is why it's catching on my pocket. So my pocket's there and it's hitting right there. So if we were to turn it around this way, got it like this. Hey, that slides out a lot better. So here, got my keys. Oh yeah, there's just my keys. Boom, you pulling it out. However, That's going to be an odd. See, look at that. You can't do that. Because look at that. Nobody's going to want to carry a knife like that in their pocket. So, you got your keys. This slides out a heck of a lot easier. However, the way that you would want it in your pocket, it catches. So, that's not good. This catches. The way that it slides out with no catch is a way that you would not want to carry that knife. I mean, look at this thing. So, pull it out, you've got it, and then bam, you're ready to ride with it. However, I'm just not feeling the everyday carry on this knife right here. So guys, that's it. Sorry if I rambled a little bit, but that kind of blew my mind with it catching. So, not too bad in the pocket for the thinness, but it's definitely not going to be an everyday carry knife. Alright, so I went ahead and took the keys back off, but as you can see, fits in the pocket. You could get away with it with some deeper pockets on there. The size of it is not bad. You know, it's real flat, so there's not a whole lot of print. This thing catches, you know, in your pocket, and of course, if you turn it this way, it's going to be, you know, it'll have a big moon shape in your pocket. However, the length of it, you know, it slides on in your pocket rather good. The weight was nice, even with the keys. So let's go ahead and get some dimensions and see how heavy this thing really is. All right, let's go ahead and see how much this bad boy weighs. I'm gonna go ahead and weigh it with the sheath and the lanyard just to see. And we're looking at 4.7 ounces, is that right? 4.6 if I can get everything to stay on the scale. So that's a super lightweight, even with this lanyard, keychain, little hook thing right here, and the sheath. So, just the knife itself, 3.8. So, yeah, it is. I was thinking it was going to be around 4 even, but 3.8. For a knife like this, that's not too bad, y'all. Let's go ahead and get some dimensions on it. The fixed blade with the spike, we're going to be at 7 1/4 inch. So, it's actually a little bit larger than I thought it would be. The blade on it. Let's see the best way to measure this thing out. So, if we start here, we curve up. 3 1/4 inch on the blade. So, if you could, it might say 3 1/2 online, y'all, but it's not. It's 3 1/4 inch blade from the very tip all the way right here where the blade meets. So, I don't know if y'all want the handle. I can give y'all the handle with it. It'd be just like doing it closed. And you'll be looking at 4 1/4. So everything's got a little bit of a 1/4 inch on it. So guys, for the length of the knife, that weight, 3.8, that's not bad at all. Well, there you have it, guys. The Fadecase fixed blade Karambit. It's a neat looking knife, a sexy looking knife. I mean, this is probably the sharpest point that we've ever reviewed it. I take that back, it is. This thing is super sharp. And Fadecase, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to separate themselves from other knife manufacturers, with the marketing stuff inside their box. Hey, go to our website, go do this. So they are taking a step to kind of separate them, and they make a pretty good knife. The only disadvantages or downsides of it is the blade itself is not super sharp at all, and it's going to be hard for this to be an everyday carry knife. With some of the other Karambits, like the assisted, you have the belt clip, you can put it in your pocket, pull it out and roll, but none of them have got that point like this. And this is strictly for a defensive knife. I mean, this is what this thing is made for. So, guys, I hope that helped some. Scripts, I hope it was informative for you, man. Let me give y'all one more close-up before we get out of here on it. And right here. I mean, this blade is sexy, y'all. The green point is super sharp. Nice handle. The texture on it. Right down here, the defensive spike. Your finger hole's big enough for large fingers right there. Come around like that. Guys, this is a awesome knife. Right there, those thumb grooves again. As you can see, they are a little closer for the cut down. But that's it. Fadecase makes a good looking knife. Can't argue with them there. The wish this thing was a lanyard. However, guys, I will leave the Amazon link or whatever if y'all want to go check this knife out. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll probably be giving this thing away on a Friday night knife giveaway, so be sure to check out our series. And we have a new series coming out. Not sure if I'm going to spoil it yet, but we got some other stuff headed your way. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helped. If you're thinking about getting a Fadecase knife, you know, they've got all kinds of them. We just went with the Karambit style. Fixed blade, little EM 0867 5000. Not too bad of a knife. That's it, guys. See y'all in the next one.